let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time. We got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, live from the diary room once again. So, what are we going to talk about today? Before we even get into the topic, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. So, as I have titled this, was Cam able to flip the house? Well, before I even answer that question about whether Cam was able to flip the house, I want to give you guys an update on where we are on the Mimi scale today. We are on board Mimi today. I'm not going to say that nothing happened in the house, but everybody thought if Mimi was if Felicia was on the block, or if Izzy was on the block, we would be getting some explosive fireworks happening. We thought that we would get some arguments and some fights and some intense strategizing, game planning, lying, and manipulating. We're not really getting that. We're not really getting that. And I guess the reason that we're not getting that so far is because, as far as we know, Felicia is going to be the one to go home on Thursday, and it appears like it's going to be clear. So I guess that's the reason why there's not so many fireworks. And Felicia says that she's not going to campaign against Izzy. She's going to campaign to stay in the game, but she's not going to campaign for Izzy to go out of the game. Like, she's not going to make any counterpoints. Hi, Rory. Hi, Miss Indez. And hi, Miss Snappy Kid. Another important piece of information. Hold on. Let me look at my calendar really quick. Another important piece of information. My birthday is exactly 7/14/20. My birthday is 20 days from today. So I'm going to be doing maybe a pre-birthday live on October 1st. My birthday is October 2nd. I think I'm going to do like a pre-birthday live on October 1st. And the suggestion that people seemed to like the most was the Q&A suggestion. If you have any other ones, there's still 20 days left for you to make other suggestions. So I'm going to do like a birthday Q&A. If there's anything you wanted added to that, or if you have any ideas for an alternative, I'm going to do that. On the 3rd, for anybody who is located here in New York, I want to have a Big Brother watch party because there's going to be an episode of Big Brother on the 3rd. and I created an Eventbrite for that. What was the other thing I was going to say? I know that a lot of people would like to, I guess, support that, and they don't live in the area. So I'm going to see what I can do in terms of streaming, but I definitely wouldn't be able to stream the episode portion because YouTube's trying to get me out of here for streaming the live streams earlier this year. Is Cam still in his feelings? Absolutely. This week is definitely messy. Hi, family. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and set your notification bell. Thank you, Tammy. Okay. So to continue on from what I was talking about yesterday, send me the details. Will do. To continue on with what I was talking about yesterday. Yesterday, Cameron took the gloves off and he decided no more beating around the bush. I'm just going to be like straight up. I want Izzy out of this game. And not just that he wanted Izzy out of the game. He wanted to tell everybody there's a three-headed monster running the show. And their names are Izzy, Felicia, and Cirie. But he's like, Cirie and Izzy are the top two targets. So I want to get out Cirie. I want to get out Izzy because she's on the block right now, followed by Felicia. He told anybody who chooses to get Felicia out of the house over Izzy is dumb because he says that Izzy is a huge threat. She's come close to winning multiple different competitions. And she's Cirie's right-hand person who makes a lot of decisions in the house. What is up, Lynn? Hi, Mark and Mindful Reality fam. So I wondered how everybody was taking these conversations that Cam had with them last night. And from what I have gathered, the only person who is solidly with Cameron is Bowie. And even Bowie, who is close with him, talks with him, spends a lot of time in that HOH room. If you ask somebody else, Cirie asked Bowie, oh, so I guess I see that you're close to Cameron. And she's like, oh, no, we're just buddies. No, we're not working together on the game. We're just buddies. I mean, I know she denies her partnership with him strategically, but all these numbers that Cam thinks he has, I don't think he has. I watched large groups of people sitting in rooms laughing at him today. I watched Jag, who is probably the most genuine to a fault for Big Brother person in the game, have a conversation with Matt where he was telling Matt that Cameron is just trying to cause chaos. He was saying that he's an agent of chaos that is just trying to make people mistrust and distrust their person in the house. Is the house split, or are they all going to follow Cirie's plan? It doesn't seem like it's a split as of now. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a unanimous vote, but it does not actually seem like it's going to be a split. It seems like the majority is resolved to vote out Felicia. Even AmeriCorey, as hard as America is campaigning, Corey's not with that. Corey is with voting out Felicia. And the thing with Corey is that he has so much smarts in terms of knowing about the game, studying the game, reading the game for the most part. He has pretty good reads on the game. But he doesn't make moves. He hesitates when it comes to making moves, and that's going to be his downfall. Who is she? When you say she's leaning towards what the house wants, who is she? And I wouldn't even necessarily say that this is Cirie's plan. I know that Cirie did plant seeds for Felicia to be on the block, but I don't think that Cirie wanted Izzy to be on the block. I think that Cirie considers Izzy to be a valuable piece of her team at this stage. I think at the beginning, she did not see it that way. She saw Izzy as more of a liability, but I think that she genuinely sees Izzy as more of an asset to her game. Somehow the house was able to flip. I think that she would be sad about that. Now, the thing is, the reason why I don't think that Cirie would ever flip to wanting Izzy out of the game is because she doesn't trust Felicia. No matter how dangerous she might consider Izzy, she might think about, what if we make Final 5 or Final 4 and Izzy and Jared are both there, that type of thing down the line. But there's still going to be 11 people in the house following Thursday's eviction. So I think at least 3 or 4 evictions need to go by before she would actually even be thinking, like, what are we going to do in the final? Oh, Bowie. Yeah, so the thing is, Bowie would like to work with Cameron, but Bowie would also not like people to know she's working with Cameron. So it's a catch-22. Whereas Corey, I don't think wants to work with Cameron at all. And the way that I always gauge whether Corey is telling something that's true or not is what he says to America. I'm not saying he tells America everything, but he tells America more than he tells most. And what he has told America is that Cam is pretty much a loose cannon, and he does not want to work with Cam. And also him and Cam have this weird rivalry because of Cam's want to be in the situation that Corey is in with America. Cam's jealous of that. Just like he was jealous of Riley and Matt, he's jealous of Corey and America. I agree, Rory, because Felicia could have been a shield for Cirie as well. But because she came out so hot and aggressive, and something in her mind told her that this early she should be talking about turning on Cirie when she's in her team, when she's on her alliance. That was not a good move on her part. That was not a good move on her part. So my synopsis after watching a whole bunch of individual conversations is that the only person who was really moved by Cameron's words was America. And she was not moved because he swayed her in a direction that she wasn't going. She was moved because she was already thinking a lot of what he was thinking. And she's like, finally, we got this big game guy who wants to make big moves like what I want to do. When Felicia asked Red if he was going to eat his cupcake at home, I died. I didn't see that. Rory, correct. When Felicia started yelling at people, that ended her life in the house. Yeah, and like generally with Big Brother, something that people always look for in Big Brother is an easy way to get somebody out. And what I mean by that is in the game, when the game first starts, they look for an ounce of emotion. Like this way that they got Kirsten out was one of those. Because remember, when they first came in the house, everybody was kumbaya. We all love each other. We're besties for life, blah, blah, blah. So the easy way to make Kirsten a target was to say she's doing too much. That was the easy thing to do. That was the easy route. So just like when we get to these points in the game, since everybody is playing it safe for the most part, they didn't have too much to use on anybody. Because I remember last season, like when Monty was HOH and when certain people were HOH, they were like, okay, the people that I have as a main target are this one and this one, but I'm going to wait and see what people say and do during the week and see if my target changes. But in this house, there's not really too much happening that would make you change your target. So you're now looking at an overall picture, and something that people are paying attention to is the fact that Felicia has been strong-arming people and saying, if you don't do this, this is going to be your punishment. So that leads to a lot of this going on so far. We still have Wednesday. Wednesday is Waffle Wednesday. But Tuesday, there was not a whole lot going on. Where are we here? Felicia got some courage when she won HOH. She does. Cirie has some people gassed in this house, particularly Felicia, Jared, and to an extent, Izzy. They would not be running the house without Cirie in there. She gave it away that they were voting him out. So the group is talking about telling Felicia that she's going to go. The group is in the remainder of the 7, the other 6 of the 7, because Felicia's part of the 7. They're saying they don't want her to be surprised or blindsided when there's a lopsided vote. Like, I think there's 10 of them that are going to vote. So like 8-2 or something. They don't want her to see that and be surprised. So they're considering telling Felicia, hey, you're the one who's going to go home, or you're the one who's most likely to go home. They talked about that. They talked about how it would be like in the house without her cooking. My belief is still Felicia, bright blue. Yeah, I don't think Cam's speech moved anybody. I think that the majority of them were feeling like Cam is saying what he's saying out of desperation, because he knows that as soon as he doesn't win an HOH and he doesn't win a veto, the majority of the house is going to put him out the door. So because of that, he's sitting here like, I'm going to stir the pot as much as I possibly can before I go. I'm going to make people sweat. I'm going to hopefully do this big move and get Izzy out. But the thing about Big Brother that I always say, it's a chess game. So you can't play checkers for 40 plus days and then start playing chess on day 41. So to break that down, what I mean by that is you cannot not work with certain people for that long and not be in good standing with them for that long and suddenly just be like, hey, trust me, bro, trust me, girl, trust me, sis. Even if you're not in an alliance with them, you have to be working with them in some capacity. Like, I'll give you an example. On season 23, Hannah was not originally considered a member of the cookout because they did not tell her of the cookout, the name, none of that. But they were actively talking to her. They were including her in game discussions. They were all in good standing with her. So when they finally said, we have this group of 5 other people, and we call them the cookout, and this is the concept, and this and that. It wasn't a complete surprise. So let's say that they were not really talking to Hannah about game in any capacity. And then somebody just walked up to her, like Tiffany walks up to her and was like, we have this group that's called the Cookout. This is why it was formed. This is what we're doing with it. And we want you to be a part of it. And it's day 40, and she didn't know anything about it. So she's going to be like, well, obviously y'all didn't think I was important enough to include me as part of the group, and it's kind of late. So even if I were to work with you this week, I'm not important to you. You just need an extra number. So I'm not really going to be loyal to y'all like that. So this is the weird part for me about what Cameron's trying to do. He's trying to corral a lot of people who are not working with him. But it's not as simple as pointing out, hey, this one, and this one are running the game. So let's form a group together to get them out. I know some of you, or a lot of you, probably don't watch The Circle on Netflix. If you have not watched that show, give it a watch, give it a try. I interviewed 3 people from that show: Shubham, Sam, and who was the other one? Chaz. Shubham, Sam, and Chaz. So on season 5 of The Circle, we were a very significant part into the game, and Shuby tried to corral all the new people and say, hey, the only way we can get any ground in this game is to corral all of us who are new. And he was like, let's create this newbie revolution and take out all the players that were there from the beginning, because there are people of this in the circle who can join the game late into the game after the original people who were there on day 1 put in most of the work. So when I interviewed him, I told him, mathematically, what you are saying to them makes sense. Because mathematically, there's more of y'all than there is of the original people. But the original people have been there from day 1. So they have built relationships and trust, which is something that you all don't have. And that's the thing with Cam. Even though it's not like none of what Cam is saying makes sense, but they can't trust him. It's depending on way too many variables. They're going to let her cook the Last Supper. That's funny. Do you think there will be a double eviction? Blue just said that to America. Yeah, they've been speculating on that. I hope that's the case. I actually hope that they do a double eviction. I'm tired of these house guests. Get some of them out of here. Get those house guests up out of here. Please. I want to see house guests leave in that house. They're boring right now. Take away a couple of them and add back in Heisam, Kirsten, and Riley. Because despite the fact that so many people said, oh, they're doing too much, I'd rather see them doing too much than to watch everyone laying around and doing nothing. Because it's given bored Mimi vibes. All right, where are we at? Which 2 seasons did you see? Did you like them? Felicia thinks she is staying. She seems kind of happy. Yeah, but they did say that they're going to tell her. She's so calm, though. She's like extraordinarily calm. She's extraordinarily calm. I'm not good with the memes. You just basically spoke another language just now. So Jag does not believe in Cam. Jag was in the room with Cam yesterday and today. Cam was trying to campaign very, very hard for Jag to be on his side, and he gave him the whole same speech. There's no path to winning unless we take Izzy out, and people are dumb unless they take Izzy out. Jag went right to Jared. He went right to Blue. He went right back to the 7. His main person that he seems to trust is Matt, which is a recurring theme for a lot of them. And Jag is like, I play an honest game. I play a straightforward game. And I plan to stick to the 7 to the end. That's my squad. So it seems like Jag is not going to go against them. Jag did have a conversation with Jared where he said it's hard in this case because he likes on a personal level. He said he likes Izzy and he likes Felicia. So he doesn't know which one of those two that he's going to choose. He said that he's going to go with whatever the majority goes with, which is the theme of the house. That is my biggest complaint. People complain about a lot of different things in this house. I'm not a huge complainer when it comes to things that are going on in the house, but the one major complaint that I do have is the fact that they're always talking about, I'm going to do what's best for the house / my team. The game of Big Brother is not about what's doing the best for the team. It's about doing what's best for you always. Cam doesn't have enough house guests to back up it logically. This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing that makes Cirie powerful. Cam seems to think that he's pointing out something to all these house guests that they have not already observed. He thinks that he's telling them the blueprint. Oh, guys, in case you didn't know, Cirie, Felicia, and Izzy feel comfortable because they haven't touched the block before this week. So I'm letting you know, if you let them stay in the house, they're going to run the tables. They know that Cirie is the most powerful and dangerous person in the game. The reason that they have not taken shots at her is not because they don't know that. It's because they don't think they have the numbers and they're scared to take risks. That's it. Because you better believe, if any of those people thought, if I put Cirie on the block and I believe that I have the numbers to do so, I'm putting her on the block. At one point, I thought one of the evicted house guests might be coming back and has been sequestered all this time. Julie didn't tell each of them about Cirie and Jared. I thought she did. Which person did she not tell about Cirie and Jared? I thought she told all of them. The Circle is so good. I just binge watched it. Did you also see my interviews that I did, Miss Nappy Kid? With Shuby, with Sam, and with Chaz? I'm actually going to see Sam again next week, I believe. She's having an event. I'm going to pop in there. Should be fun. No wine and bread, just tacos and burritos. Definitely no pie. I thought Julie told I think she did tell everybody. Yep. Because I remember her telling everybody. Not everyone. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. The people who got evicted. That's what I'm referring to. Cirie knows how to take the temperature of the room. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, for instance, I remember this conversation she had with America. If you guys remember when America was very angry about Cirie, Felicia, and Izzy. I think it might have been last week when we thought Jag was going home. And when she was saying that they were just playing with Jag's emotions, basically, by telling him there's a chance for him to stay in the game when the plan was to get Jag out of the game. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, but I'm skipping ahead. So when America came to talk to Cirie about how mad she was about that, Cirie was like, I'm mad too. We need to inform Jag. That was a pivot. If America had come in there like Corey laughing and being like, that's funny, she would have laughed too. But because she saw that America was mad about it, she quickly pivoted and acted like she was upset too. And all of us need to get into a room and tell Jag the truth. You know, I wish that Netflix allowed us to do, I wish that any of these apps allowed us to do real watch parties for real. Because I would show you guys my Netflix and let you watch it for free. Because especially if you saw season 5, I believe you'd get hooked on that show. Does anyone think Felicia would tell if she knew? Oh, yes. Felicia would not sit on that block knowing that secret and not tell, in my opinion. I mean, it's all speculation, but I think there's no chance that she would not tell if she was sitting on the block. I thought it was pretty good. Your comments are coming in twice, Lin. 3 times. Yeah, I think she would tell if she knew also. Who would she tell? Izzy? I think she would tell multiple people. I can't believe Blue and Izzy haven't told me neither. I'm so surprised by that. I don't think she told Kirsten and Riley. Yeah, your comments are coming in like a bunch of times. Felicia told Cirie she was gonna blow up Bowie's game on the way out. I feel like the way that they feel about Bowie is the way the season 16 people felt about Donnie in a way. To where I'm like, yeah, maybe Bowie's not on y'all's side, but she's not really as dangerous as you think. Like, yeah, she's a vote that might not go to y'all, but overall, I don't think Bowie is that dangerous. Now, granted, anybody could win an HOH at any time, and Bowie could win an HOH and execute Cameron's plan. And suddenly, after playing the fence the whole time, be like, I'm putting up Cirie and Izzy or Cirie and Jared or 2 strong people from that side. But if I'm assessing threat levels, I'm not putting her terribly high up there. I'm not keeping her off the ranks like somebody like Jared, who will be like, I'm not worried about Bowie Jane at all. At all. 1,000%. 1,000%. Not worried about her. But she's not my biggest concern. I'd be concerned about Cameron. I'd be concerned about America. I'd be concerned about Corey. Bowie does a fine job of that on her own. She doesn't even know they're playing a game. All right, y'all. So I'm going to be on here like another 10 to 15 minutes or so. Another 10 to 15 minutes. So tomorrow, just a reminder to everybody, is the 2-hour episode. So I think that it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern and it goes through 10. I don't know why it's a 2-hour episode, but it's a 2-hour episode tomorrow. So I should be on here 10-ish. And a second reminder that I believe, which I have to confirm, but Ebony is going to be on here with me on Thursday for the eviction night episode. Trisha, Riley, and Kirsten were told. Heisem was told also. And also, who else? That's it. Heisem was told. That's all the people that were evicted. Luke wasn't told because he was, removed. But all the people that were evicted from the house were all told. Anyone she thought could advance her game. So you're talking about Bowie Lin? The thing is, it's not just about knowing the game and knowing what's happening in the game. The game is not just about the knowledge of what's happening in the game. The game is about having the social clout to be able to influence people to make moves, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. As much as I am constantly talking about they are overdoing it with the numbers matter. It's just that to me, they're doing it backwards. They'll have one conversation with somebody and be like, so be real with me. Would you vote this way or this way? Would you put this person on the block if you won HOH or that person on the block? And they think that one conversation that they had secures whatever that person is going to do, when it's really a thing where they constantly and continuously have to keep talking to the people, giving them reassurances, all day, especially in a very paranoid house like this one where they switch up so much. I thought Tammy was saying Julie told Trisha. Good night, Rory. I'm going to be going to bed shortly also. It's been a long week for me. I have to put together a flyer for my Big Brother event. I have to do a lot of things that I haven't done yet. Next HOH will be so interesting. Can't wait. The way this house is that each HOH determines how the whole week is going to go. And Corey said that. Corey was saying that to Felicia, I believe. Yeah. Corey was having a conversation with Felicia. And he was like, if America wins HOH next week, I can chill and sleep the whole week. If this certain other person wins HOH, I'm on edge. Numbers and actual votes are too exactly. This is what I'm saying. They talk so much about numbers, but they don't actually secure the numbers. Oh, Mimi's on our side. This person's on our side. Matt is on our side. This person's on our side. Meanwhile, those people are not on their side at all. They just talked to them once and assumed that they're on their side. Thanks for the info, Tammy. All right, y'all. So I would say this is an early night. It's early for me. It's not really early. It's almost 11, but I'm calling it a night. And I am going to be back here. The episode is 8 to 10. So my goal is to be on here at 10 o'clock p.m. or like around there after the episode tomorrow. If anything happens overnight that is noteworthy, as always, I'm willing to hop on in the morning. I have no more office days for this week, thankfully. So I'm going to be home. So I'll be able to hop on here if there's any kind of breaking news. But before I go, as usual, I want to thank everybody for their support, for the love, for the donations, for those who have sent. If you would like to and you haven't, my information for Cash App and PayPal is scrolling at the bottom. I'm very close to being able to apply for monetization for this channel. That's why I've been putting in this 2 to 3 a day grind on these videos. I'm just checking the numbers. So I have 462 subscribers. I need 500 to apply for monetization. So 38 more and I'll be able to do that. I'm confident that I'll be able to get those 38 before the end of this week. And hopefully next week I can put in my application for that if my watch hours gets up enough. If not, my goal was really to do that before the end of September. So I still have a little bit of time left. Some personal updates. I have a trip to Orlando in 3 days. Looking forward to that. I'm going to be there for the weekend. I have a fitness competition to do there, but even while I'm there, I'm still going to dedicate at least probably an hour each of those days to covering this. Izzy is too starstruck to give up the secret. I think so too. I thought at the beginning that Izzy was going to be the most dangerous player in the game. But the way that I've seen her react to being on the block this week makes me think otherwise. Yeah, so that's all for tonight. And I will check all of you guys. Tammy, I don't know why you would put that on my channel. I'm considering taking your wrench away. I asked Chocolate that yesterday to see what she was going to answer. And well, I guess I can't hold that against you either, because you're telling me about who won on the show instead of telling me that's your personal choice. But no, Ghanaian jollof is the best. For anyone who has never had Ghanaian jollof rice, try Ghanaian jollof rice and put it to the test against other ones and come back and let me know which one you think is the best. All right, y'all. I hope everybody has a great evening, and we will talk tomorrow. I think we're 41 days in the Big Brother house, and I've covered all 41 of them. Hit that notification bell. I plan to go the distance. 100 days of Big Brother coverage. All right, thanks, y'all, and have a great night.
So you literally were one of my very first followers, and then when you followed me and I followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
you know what?
Thank
But
you.
I like this Canadian. I
Well,
like this one.
well,